Now I want to talk about in this video about how to identify pearls when you're thrifting real pearls, and also what is the value of these pearls. So as it goes with everything else, if you're buying under a retail setting, first hand from somebody, you are getting what you are paying for. So you obviously, somebody selling first hand will not be selling you something very awesome for a very low price. And the value depends on what a person is willing to pay for them, right? And also uh, the price of even these fake pearls may be high. Some of these fake pearls are branded and they are made with um, uh, details, and the coating that they have is made out of crushed fish scales and shiny things, and they have a really nice appearance, and they are also, some of them, if you keep it well, they will last for a long time. So even those are sometimes expensive. And there are some brand names which are known, they are known by the which also the couple of brands which are famous, like Mallorca pearls or Majorca pearls, or shell pearls or Swarovski crystal pearls. These are all some names which are given to the fake pearls, which are made with a special coating which appears to be rough when scraped on the tooth. So, pearl value depends on, one is its origin, whether the pearl is natural. Obviously, natural pearls are more valuable when compared to culture pearls, and the least valuables are these simulants. Also, saltwater pearls are more valuable compared to freshwater pearls. And when you look at the color of the pearl, so some people prefer white colored, some people prefer cream, some prefer gold, some prefer black, but generally, if these colors are natural, then it is more valuable. So, undyed pearls are more valuable than dyed pearls. Similarly, a pearl which has undergone any treatment will be less valuable than untreated pearls. Also, the iridescence or the color, surface color on the pearl. So, a pearl is not always just plain white or black or gold or whatever. Sometimes it has this color play on its surface, what I compared to the spilling of petrol or water or maybe a rainbow. So that kind of effect, when it is there, the pearl has more value. So I want to show you how the color play on these pearls look. Some of the pearls, I think this is my most favorite one here, zoomed in so that you can see how that reflection looks. It's almost very three-dimensional. There are darker areas, there are that small area of light reflection. It looks like almost like as if it's glowing from inside. Yeah, so that is, I think, a sign of a good quality pearl. Look at that, and look at the larger pearl on the left and the one on the right. It looks almost identical, I think, but this, the one on the left is just a simulant pearl. On the one on the right, the smaller round one on the right, they're real pearls. And look at this, the knotted pearl and the next strand of the almost round pearl which is not knotted. Both of these are actually real pearls, and there have been They have silver and gold findings. Look at the skin on this pearl here. You can see the kind of wrinkly appearance, and that is also a sign that these small imperfections are sign that that pearl is real and it's not a fake one, because fake pearls are made to look really nice and round and smooth. Looking at this strand here, this is a fake pearl strand. Look at how regular it is. It's so beautiful. It's nobody can make out probably that it's fake, but it just doesn't have that kind of I don't know, the three-dimensional reflectiveness, but it's a very good one. And this fake pearl, actually it has a very beautiful clasp, and it even has this safety feature, safety chain there, and that is in silver, and so is this clasp. The pearls on the clasp are fake again. Even the clasp is marked as 925, so you never know. Okay, so I would like to show you some more pearls here having that iridescence, or the color play, or the overtones that you can see, the pinkish, greenish, purplish overtones, so beautiful. And look at this one here, even this one has that kind of a petrol or oil in water kind of appearance. See this irregularities in the skin. Same look at this Biwa pearl. Again, you can make out some kind of different colors in the. So I think I would like to have something that's having a lot of this kind of color play or overtones in the pearl. So here are some dyed pearls, and I don't know if this is dyed or not. If it is, it's very subtle. It has a kind of a pinkish coloring. So now dyeing or even bleaching to change the color of the pearl will reduce the value of the pearl, but I think it just depends on what you feel. I think the size of these pearls, these actually I tried to bleach, and the intensity of the pink has reduced on this. I was not able to bleach it completely. I realized I would not get it back to its white state unless I probably try to grind off a couple of layers on the surface, so I just left it alone. I thought the pink looks awesome. I think it will look like really good contrasting against so many other colors. And look at this one. This is actually it was being sold as a couple of bracelets, and I've joined it together. I bought this around Christmas, and it reminded me of Christmas lights. It's so beautiful. Again, so these are all cheap quality pearls, probably freshwater. There are obviously cultured pearls which have been dyed, and dyeing or bleaching will reduce the value of the pearl. So also those areas, imperfections on the surface of the pearl, some people like this. They call it baroque pearl, yeah, and they like the imperfections in the size of the pearl and the shape of the pearl. Real pearls and natural pearls are never identical to each other, like how this strand of fake pearls is. Any imperfections, again, value increases when you have a strand of almost perfectly matched pearls. Like these two are pretty well matched, even though you can still see some imperfections on the skin. Look at the wrinkliness of the skin, and also the shape of all the pearls are not identical. And don't get confused because they make fake pearls also, which are irregular, but all will be same. They'll be regularly irregular. all are of a weird shape or a baroque shape, but it's all the same baroque shape. So look at this strand. Here the pearls are all having a different shape and different irregularities. None of the pearls look identical. And when you look at these areas where there is kind of a white powdery areas with lack of the color or iridescence and shininess on it, those areas again, such pearls will be less valuable compared to pearls without those irregularities. Here is a pearl with irregularity on its surface where there seems to be dirt, but I don't know, it's not actually. I don't know what that is. It doesn't wash off. Maybe there is a coating on it or something. I'm not sure. Since pearls are very abundantly available now because of culturing methods, now when you are buying pearls second hand or looking to buy online or somewhere else, the value of the pearl mainly depends on look, you have to look at the color what you like and the uniformity of the strand, but mainly the value will change according to what findings are there. This is a very well matched pearl strand having gold findings, and it's I think it's 14 karat gold clasp, 585 there, with those are actually real pearls within the clasp. So the pearls are also very almost quite uniform, not identical but quite uniform. Look at this, even though it is in 14 karat gold, there is no knotting in between the pearls. Okay, so this clasp increases the value of these pearls significantly. And here is a strand of pearls that I found. This is a strand of pearls. They're smaller than the other one, obviously, so the pearls size also matters. So smaller pearls will be less valuable compared to the larger pearls. Here the pearls have knots in between each of the pearls, and the clasp here is made out of silver. So again, the presence of silver clasp increases the value more than just having a pearl strand with a fake clasp. This is a pearl necklace that I have, in which all the findings are silver. Here the beads and these squiggly tube findings are all silver. So is the clasp, it is silver. So I think here I really do not like these dyed black kind of potato pearls. I don't know why they just do not appeal to me. But I love these kind of beaver pearls. They seem to be natural. More natural looking color than the black one. So I think here in this case the value of this necklace is more because of the, sorry about the hair, hair everywhere, is more because of the silver in this rather than the pearls. Here is a necklace I got, and I think it's made of silver wire and silver findings. It does have a 9 to 5 mark on the clasp, and I think it is gold plated wire, silver wire probably, I'm not sure, and silver findings. The findings don't have any marks. And here I think somebody made this and they were not really proficient, because I don't know, it doesn't look that very well done, is it? All these wires, the loops are not round, they're kind of squished, and the wire twisting is not very well done. So I think somebody is amateur kind of hobby or initial jewelry making effort. So what they have used is some stones, like you have agate here, banded agate, or maybe obsidian, and you have glass beads, or I don't know what it is, jet, and you have pearls here, and volcanic rock. It's a mixture of things. I think it's kind of nice to have if it at the right. I got it for a low price, so I think it's okay to pay that much for it, and it still looks good from, if you're not inspecting it too hard. And I think all these pearls are dyed. They're definitely not like Tahitian pearls or something. And this one has a very nice greenish luster to it. It's beautiful. Yeah, so the value of that, I wouldn't pay too much for that, and it only depends on how much a person is willing to pay for it. So online, when we go shopping, we see that there is pearls which are graded as A, double A, triple A, A plus plus. I don't know. It's a very random classification. Anybody who sells pearls can just make up a classification and say that, oh, my pearls are like A, double A, triple A, A plus plus plus, and then try to sell you pearls, and you don't even know whether you'll get the same thing back. So when I look at photos and they look like it's like a stock photo they got from somewhere and they're putting it there and selling, or you don't know what you're getting when it's the same thing or if it's just a stock photo. When they have listings with all similar photos, I would be doubtful of that. And also when there is a listing with one photo and you just select how many you want, that kind of a listing would also be suspicious to me. So anyway, but there are other sellers who actually are sincere, and they classify the pearls as 8, double 8, triple 8, etc. according to these criteria. The quality of the nacre, that is the thick shiny material that your pearl is made out of. What is the quality of the nacre? How thick is the nacre? The thickness of the nacre, actual pearl material that is above the your nucleus, the luster that is there. Like, I would like to show you. I think this is my most highly lustrous pair or set of pearls. I just love it. Whereas compared to this doesn't have that much luster. It's probably, and look at this is also not as lustrous. Surface quality, yeah, the smoothness of the surface, any presence of any irregularities and areas of lacking luster. The size, obviously, the bigger the size, the more expensive it will be. And shape, again, more regular shapes and more matched, a matched strand of pearls, and even a pearl strand having a graduation, something that is more regular and more aesthetic will be more valuable, right? But you cannot say the same thing always, but because people love irregular shapes also, and baroque pearls can also be very expensive. Then origin, the area where it comes from, whether it is a freshwater pearl or a saltwater pearl, or if you can say for certain that this is a Akoya pearl or a South Sea pearl or a Tahitian pearl, also will increase the value of the pearl. The color of the pearl and also the strength of the overtone. So yeah, we talked about the basic color of the pearl and the presence of the shiny overtones or the petrol kind of effect. So yeah, certain colors like gold and black, naturally colored pearls are more valuable, and dyed pearls are not, and pearls are more valuable with the overtones. And Tahitian pearls has a table of grading by itself. You can google it and find it. And it's actually it's like a table with a lot of pictures to tell you what kind of pearl, each appearance of each pearl and what grade it falls into, so you can have a general guide to pearl classification. Then people keep asking, how do I know whether my pearl is real or whether my pearl is natural or not? So there are tests that you can do, basic tests which you can do at home. to identify whether your pearl is real or fake. And also there are more advanced gemological tests that you can do. So identifying real pearls while thrifting, one is look at the coating of the pearl. So when you find something like this is a fake pearl, you got to look at the coating of the pearl and try to look at the area in between the pearls. If you see something like this, obviously it's a fake glass bead with lots of pearl coating. And look at the drill hole. You can see that the edge of this thing is kind of raised. Obviously it's plastic and maybe kind of melted while they were drilling it because of the heat. A real pearl will not look like that. Look at how raised the edge of the drill hole is. And sometimes when you can, if it is like a free form pearl, you can look inside and you can see that it is plastic and it doesn't maybe it doesn't have a same color or something, and you can identify it. You got to look at the coating of the pearl. I think here you can see it's kind of irregular. I wouldn't say that it is sort of like almost like bubbling. It might peel off. So that is another sign that it's a synthetic pearl. So people are all saying look at whether the pearl is knotted or not. That knotting I don't think reveals anything. Anything like it's a natural pearl or a real pearl or a synthetic pearl. So look at this strand, it doesn't have knotting, it's fake and it has a silver clasp. This strand here, it has knotting, it's real pearl and it has a silver clasp. This strand here, it has knotting and it has gold findings and it's real. And this strand here is not knotted, there's no knotting here, but it has a gold findings and it is real. And this strand here, it's obviously fake and it has knotting all in between. So knotting doesn't indicate anything, it's nice to have knotting, because if your pearl strand breaks, then all your pearls will not scatter everywhere. Only that one pearl where it broke, it might fall out and you have to search for it. And also it prevents the pearls from rubbing against each other, because it's not like carborundum or something. So pearls are really soft, so daily use and regular use will rub against each other and kind of start powdering where in the area of contact where it is contacting and rubbing against each other. So that's a protective thing to have knotting in between the pearls. So when pearl looks uniform, next is luster and depth of light reflection and chalky appearance of the pearls. So again, when the pearls are very regularly regular or very regularly irregular, then that is a sign that they might be fake, or they're really high quality pearls, matched pearls. And also when there is no irregularities in the skin, or when there is no it's looking absolutely perfect, it's most probably fake. And also you have to look at things which are like not signs of wear, but also just irregularities in the pearl and its uniqueness, which give it uniqueness. So look at this is not an area where there is some peeling of coating, it's just a area where there is no shiny nacre. So that is an indication that it is a real pearl. Look at the drill hole, how the edge is so sharp, and it's not like lifting up, or it doesn't look melted. It does look like there is some kind of coating loss, but I think that is a area where the pearls have rubbed together and they're just they become powdery. It's just a calcium based material, so it is very soft. Next tip would be the weight of the pearls. So natural pearls are heavy, and also the pearls made out of glass, they are also heavy. So the weight of the pearls and the heft of the pearls, maybe even the sound if you are trained well enough. So this is a plasticky pearl. It's much lightweight compared to this. Yeah, the weight may also be because of the finding, but yeah, generally they'll weigh more. That is one more clue. So you can't just use one tip, you have to use a bunch of these to check whether your pearl is regular or irregular shape. We discussed all that. uh, Rub against each other or against the tip of the tooth. Yeah, so uh, that is what is my like definitive basic home test for me. So when you rub this against your tooth, real pearls, because we already said that it's made out of concentric accretion or layer by layer formation, they will feel rough, like even though they look so smooth and shiny, they will feel like they're very sandpapery against the tooth. Whereas the fake pearls will feel just like plastic, like really smooth. But there are some fake pearls like those Majorca pearls, they have that iridescent powdered coating of fish scales. I think those would sometimes appear, those would feel rough to the tooth also. But again, you have to look at so many other things, not just one thing. Coolness to the touch. Okay, so again, when you have left the pearl alone and you've not touched it for a long time, pearl feels cold. This is not, this is a plastic pearl, this is a glass fake pearl. This is also feeling very cold. The plasticky pearls don't feel cold, real pearls are feeling cold. Microscopic appearance. So if you have a microscope with 30x, or maybe a loop with 30x magnification, or 64x, then you can look at the pattern of how these cells lay down the calcium, the marks on the surface of the pearl left behind by the cells which have made the pearl. And those patterns which can be seen are, they look like a maze or a scaly surface pattern. Whereas for fake pearls, the surface appears grainy or granular or bumpy. So the other test that you can do is X-ray and light refraction. I don't know how light refraction test is actually done, but I have shined like a really bright light against my pearls, and some of these pearls which have I think the bead that was used, nucleus used, was probably a mother of pearl bead or something. Some of them do show kind of like a iridescent, I don't know how this looks, that iridescent cat-eye kind of appearance when I pass the light through it, which is not there during regular when you just look at it normally. And X-ray, X-ray can be used to judge the nacre quality and the nacre thickness. So when you put a pearl under the X-ray scanner, what you might see is how a natural pearl looks is, it looks like completely radio opaque. When you take a radiograph or an X-ray, things that do not let the X-ray pass through will appear white, and things that will, the areas where the X-rays have all passed through and have hit the radiograph, will appear black. So that can also be made into a negative, and then whatever hasn't allowed the X-ray to pass through, that is inverting colors, like how you do with photos and negatives. So if you invert the color, then obviously all the radio opaque areas will appear black, and the radiolucent areas, or the areas which have allowed the light to pass through, will appear white. So we'll talk normally how it looks when the radio opaque areas are black and the radiolucent areas are white. So a natural pearl will look like this, completely radio opaque. And you may also see concentric lines and layers which show the origin of the pearl has been formed layer by layer. Whereas in a cultured pearl you will see a nucleus. So if the nucleus is very small, so this nucleus may be plastic, so you see something circular in the center, again for surrounded by area of the nacre which has concentric rings or layers. So if the nucleus is small and the nacre is very thick, then that is a higher quality pearl. Whereas if the nucleus is very large and the nacre is thin, it is a lower quality pearl. So there are some guidelines, it seems, for Tahitian pearls and Akoya pearls if they are branded, and if for a pearl to be called Tahitian and marketed as a Tahitian pearl, they try, when they have the really high quality ones, they try to have 2 to 4 millimeters thickness of nacre at least, whereas Akoya pearls are classified as I think Mikimoto, probably this is a classification taken from Mikimoto. They only sell pearls that have at least 0.5 millimeter, or I don't know, 0.5 meter, 0.4 meter, that seems really thickness, I think millimeter or greater thickness of nacre to obtain something called as a PSL certificate, or to be certified as Akoya. I'm not sure what PSL means, have to find out more. Okay, that's all I have about this right now. So I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope I didn't bore you guys out. Please like, comment and subscribe. Okay, I'll come back with my collection of pearls later on.